We're gonna get into a battle. How do I... You've added 2 chronicles. I wish I could pause things. I just feel like everything moves too quickly. Is this person gonna come help? I gotta talk to her. Oh, she wanted me up here anyway, didn't she? Okay, well, I'll be there momentarily. Just gonna steal everything that you have. Hope she doesn't notice me looting. She doesn't even have anything to loot. That's cool, the way these things look different. Oh, what are these? Grotesque jaw. Pot still. Crafting panel. Oh, so you need an apparatus. This is a crafting screen. Select or drag items into the crafting slots and hit the combine button. Oh, we never learnt the spell from downstairs. Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Where'd I even pick that up from? I don't know. Valid combinations will be added to your recipe book. I don't know. We have too long presumed Source as a virtuous part of civil society. Yet we need to look no further into the past than the Source King's reign to understand the havoc such magics may wreak. One day, another order must follow in the Source Hunter's footsteps. Sorcerers, cute, must be muted. The new model of Source collars provided by Redeman is proving most effective. I'll keep you. You have value. Barely. You also have value. Barely. Yeah, I've got no spells. Chemical recipe things that I've learnt. Can I put the bread, the egg, and the meat together? Do I lose it if it fails? Hold on. Save. Improvised stuff. What do I need? Long branch and shells. We need to pick this up from somewhere. And some what? Calocera. Oh. I need some needle and thread, cloth scraps, and pixie dust. Oh, we can make scrolls of rain, but I know rain. Well, that's disappointing. Right, okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to just magically get that shit here. Just as a guess. You can move a lot of stuff. My question is why? Why would I want to move half the stuff?
Span. Nothing left to do, really.
I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Does that sell for much? Does that sell for much? And is it heavy? It's not heavy. Shiny! Very expensive. We'll take. That I just want to get in conversation with her until I finish looting. Loot is very valuable, guys. Could be the difference between life and death in this game. Look at that. First aid skill book. Teacher's skill first aid. Heals target for 9 vitality. Cures crippled, knocked down, blind, silenced, burning, bleeding. Yes, I transposed, poisoned, and diseased. 1 memory slot. Set rested for 1 turn. Memory slot. Requires huntsman. It's a huntsman ability. I can't unlock the skill though because I'm not a huntsman. Well, it sells for a lot of money at the very least.
Where did I leave my calipers?
I don't know, and I don't really care about your calipers, quite frankly. Creepy lady who has a leash on me. Ooh! I need you to leave the room, please. I want to steal that.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Well, I see how our relationship is going to go. See one? It ends with you dead.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
On the other side of the deck, okay, lean in and whisper that the Magister below deck suffered a fatal encounter. You pull the thing around her neck futilely, demand to know why she collared you. Mystic, say you had a long black dream about a ship sailing the river of the dead. But you're not dead, are you?
No. You're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course, but luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
For now. I'm sure the tide will turn once, everybody starts dying on the ship. By my hand, of course.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
I've got to say, I think I like the female narrator from Baldur's Gate 3. There's just something so pleasant about her voice. This dude just feels intrusive.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative.
That's probably the closest thing I'm going to get an apology to an apology from this woman.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually.
Huh.
In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy.
Right, that was mentioned in the intro. Who is Fort Joy? What is this? Inventory. How is that relevant right now? Trade. Not relevant.
A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
How does that sound like a good thing? It doesn't sound like a good thing to me. Source points. 0 of 1. They don't know whisper the Magister will accept Wouldn't that put her on alert? Although maybe she'll go downstairs.
Grant me patience. What?
Maybe she'll go away.
She frowns and peers at you closely, resting the back of one hand on your forehead and taking your pulse with the other.
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of.
She doesn't believe me?
Mulled wine and another night's sleep. Just take it easy.
She doesn't believe that I'm capable of this? Why? This source collar doesn't stop my magic. It just stops a particular type of ability. Anyway.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
I think it's just gonna hurt me. You recall great powers building inside you, the ones you commanded before your capture. Unleash them! No, I don't want to take any damage. She might be playing a trick. Don't do it.
Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. Promise.
Yeah, it's because it's gonna hurt me, not you. Shake your head, you're not going to do it.
My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all. Though it does look darling on
No matter
you.
how darling it looks on me, yeah, by all means take it off. I'm a meek little lamb, see one? Just you try it.
So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because to answer your question, what this collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast Source.
I mean, kind of implied in the name.
For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world.
Oh, you're 100% thinking about me and the world. Mm-hmm. Alright, so we can't steal the book because bitch is in the way. So I'm just going to have to give up on that plan entirely. Which is disappointing because I really want it. But beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Maybe if she leaves her post...
There's been a murder here.
Oh, yeah! Awesome.
A young Magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Murder, you say? I'm so on board. How much health do you have? 30. You know, I could go her, but then everyone else is going to appear and it's not going to end well.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Ew. Avoid looking into the room. Between lurching and the smell of blood, you feel a little sick. Peer into the room and ask what happened.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
Yay me! I'm so glad that is my alibi.
Waters is investigating.
That would be you?
She'll figure out who did it.
Yes.
Always
okie
does.
Ask if you could lend a hand in the investigation.
Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you no herself.
Thank you. How accommodating.
Go ahead. She with the body. Nothing to see here.
I was going to ask if he knew about things, but it's too late now. Oh, just step into the blood. Yay for footprints, but could you have gone around?
Ugly sight, isn't it?
I mean, it's not my favourite.
Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwoken followed the source that did this.
Voidwoken. Is that like your version of undead? But relating to the use of source magic? Informed me that she wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor. Oh, that's not going to help you at all. Ask why she's letting you so close to the crime scene. For all she knows, you could be the killer.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
I mean, she is a mystic. Could have happened. Shrug and say maybe you can. You are a sorcerer after all. Tell her that that's a trick you haven't quite mastered. Ask if she's investigating her fellow magisters as well. One of them could easily have done this. I mean, I'd want that, but that's quite an entertaining answer.
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform.
I like how everything moves as well because we're on a ship. It's cool.
Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a
Death
shiny
below
gold
decks.
coin for you. How about that?
Just the one? Dude, I have like 20 gold and you want to give me one? Not just say you'll let her know if you hear anything interesting. Say you'll no snitch. Laugh. She really thinks that you help a magister? Someone who's keeping you under lock and key? I mean, my price is considerably higher than that. The thing around my neck? No, she'll end up giving me nothing if I say that. Okay,
Not in here, it isn't.
Okay,
You'll let me know if
fine.
you hear it.
Fine. Do we have anything useful in here?
It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow.
Wait,
That
what?
can't be natural.
I see no pattern. What do you see that I don't? I'm trying to get this thing here. Oh, it just moves. A poetry book. Awesome. Lovely. What? Broken coal source amulet. Who told you to touch that? Well, I was just... Oh, shit. Sorry. Jeesh. I was trying to, like, investigate. Okay, red bad. Got it. And through the blood again we go.
Yes, this is a rare kind of magic.
Well, they're
I'll
pissed
need
at
to
me
write
now.
headquarters right
That's
away.
great. You can't see me stealing. There's literally nothing here. That really kind of dims my enthusiasm somewhat. Oh shit. I don't think I want that. Oh, well, it's worth the gold. I guess. A woman from Driftwood with nary a care offered me kisses that answered my prayer. I accepted her gift, and then to my dismay, a spider she was, and I her buffet. Once feasting was over, she licked her red lips. I rose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming and bade her farewell. My prayer indeed answered, though still I did swell. Ooh, wow, he got aroused over that. Good for you, sir. How much are you worth? 1 gold. Might have to get rid of you at some point. And you as well. Actually, we have superfluous keys now, don't we? We've used both of those. So we can get rid of those. I don't need those. Cool. Oh, that goes up. Right. I was just totally ignoring that massive staircase next to me. Alright, well, we need to go visit the officer on this level anyway before we go up.
That's enough now.
What even is that? Bedroll. We don't need a bedroll, do we? I don't think we need a bedroll. There's nothing to loot. Losa?
Ah, there you are. Wife.
What? Huh? And why is our hair the same color? In fact, our hair is the same style. That's not great.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Allergical, interesting choice. You clearly are this person. Play along and take her arm with a grin. Tell the children they must be mistaken. Squint at a lot of them. Who's Losa? Say she must have you confused with someone else. Look at the passel of dirty children and say they seem well enough like brats to you. Take your leave. We'll play along.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
It's an interesting name.
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
She sounds like an interesting sort.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
Why?
You sure about that?
Why?
What's your name?
No.
Gods, didn't your mother teach you any manners?
She got eaten by a void.
Oh, well, that's traumatic.
Forget it.
Bye.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
So that's true enough. Shake her hand. Lucy, you presume? Ask her if she couldn't find some more age-appropriate companions. Seem more concerned with survival than entertainment.
You presume right.
Ask if she knows anything about the murder that happened on board. Tell her she ought to have a look around with you. You can watch each other's backs. Take your leave.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
The utter... okay, sure.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer.
Okay.
As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Okay, that shit's weird.
Good luck, Chief.
Thanks, Losa. 'Cause you're not fucking creepy or anything.
Do you know Losa? She's a real.
Okay, kids are useless. Don't ask the kids anything. Right, what about the other side? Did we go to this barrel already? We did not. Doesn't matter, it's empty like the rest of the shit here. Ooh, is that a better shirt than I'm currently wearing? Threadbare gown versus... I can't see it. Where'd the shirt go? Oh, I hit the wrong button. I'm an absolute twit. Physical armor. Just chest armor level 1. Chest armor, physical armor 2. Yeah, I think we're going to equip that. Ooh, we're looking better already. Still not wearing pants. It doesn't sell for any. It sells for 3 gold, guys. Heals 10%.
One of them. I know it.
Just checking her out.
Put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
Nice, nice. It's no enchanter garb, but it offers armor. I like armor. Is this person naked?
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
No, just wearing beige clothes.
Kill our own.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old
I'm also
witch.
trying to pay attention to this conversation back here. Continue.
Snake eyes.
Sabine. So these are the origin characters, right?
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Yours or the dice? Ask if I may join her.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Rolling dice?
Hey! It's the lady whose name I never remember, but she does the Inquisitor's voice in Dragon Age Inquisition, and she played Aya in Assassin's Creed Origins, and she did the voice of Nomad in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Her! I can literally never remember her name. I don't know why. Her voice is amazing, but I can never remember her name. Her! Anyway, what is this? It's at half? What, this top bar? Anyway.
Deciding fates.
Whose fate is she deciding? Can she read the future in Cowan Trails as well?
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
I mean, I don't really know where her tongue has been, but sure.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone.
So this elvish cannibalism thing isn't even restricted to blood. or the internal flesh. It's like skin as well, because she got that just from licking me. Although that's a very generic thing to have said to somebody who's recently been enslaved.
You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
Admit, wide-eyed. That's exactly right.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me.
The first person who called me darling wants to just enslave me. It's a little more endearing when you say it.
I don't lick and tell.
Oh, that's cute. Ask whose fate the dice players are deciding.
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
Okay.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Okay, well, she's a bit of a hoot. I don't mind her. Who are we supposed to be seeing, by the way? J, no, O? No. P? M? I suppose that makes sense, it's map. Yeah, it's his journal, but it's not J. K? K's always skills, I know that. L?
You put a
Log?
knuckle in it. I'm trying to
Okay.
concentrate.
I'm trying to read.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
So the ship is the
I'll
Merryweather.
give you that knuckle if you keep
Register
carrying
with
on.
Master. I thought it was William. Yeah, okay.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Find someone to help you remove the
Just
source
step to
color.
the part
Oof,
where I
that sounds hard.
reassure you and you
Find
shut
the
up.
murderer. Alright.
Being mad.
Mad?
Oh my god, this place is massive. Where's William? There's Hemwa. Hemwa. Why is Hemwa up here? Okay, there's William. Right. Okay, I wasn't expecting William to be here. Sorry, Hemwa to be here. That's interesting.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sob story somewhere else.
Okay, you could be the murderer for all I know, dude. Don't be such a dick. Who's this? Ifan Ben Mezd.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with
there's
scarred
always things in
arms
the way.
folded. A sly
there we go.
smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
Move closer. Is that gonna get this guy offside? God.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Well, that's a nice move. Thank you.
Pinches less that way, right?
Indeed.
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister
Ew.
settles back to his task
That's
of
revolting.
glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Why does the Magister suspect you of murder?
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
You were in a position of power over him. I can see how this is gonna go.
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing.
Dramatic.
Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
His voice reminds me of Russell Crowe in some movies. Slow, deep, gravelly. Ask Ifan what he did to find himself at the mercy of a subordinate.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the joy. Away from interested parties.
Say that you're still curious about the murder. Did he do it?
No. The dead man, Finn, is it?
I don't know.
I'd no business with him.
His face was
And I wouldn't
indistinguishable.
put a man down without good reason.
Fair enough.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Hey, it might be. I'll ask Ifan if he knows anything about where you're headed, Fort Joy.
The joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show.
Wait. She used Alexander as a, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Like, normally we'd say, God help me. She was like, Alexander, something. I thought it was a deity. It's not. It's just her superior? Interesting relationship they have.
Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
I sorely hope not. Say you'd like to meet Alexander. You'd show him exactly what you think of his bloody divine order.
Easy now. I might think the same. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
Forgot about Vic.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Zephyr.
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Imagining Vic in a bonnet is hilarious.
Name?
It's a Lenta.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robe.
I'll have you know, Magister Victor, that I am the only person aboard this ship that is absolutely absolved of the murder back there, so you shouldn't be so suspicious of me.
Away with you. At once.
Oh, fuck you.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Oh, he's delightful. He is positively delightful. Okay, who else we got here? Beast.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
Sounds magnificent.
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, kiddo. You hear that?
Girl, tell him you ought to think twice before addressing you like a child. Ask you what you're meant to be hearing. Wave his request away and ask him what you know.
The ship, of course.
Quieten and listen to the sounds of the ship.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
Is this foreshadowing that the ship's going to crash at some point? Are we boarded by somebody else?
And?
Tell them the ship is moaning like a sick man. Say the sea sounds angry like it's trying to capsize the ship. Remark your shipmates are as chatty as gulls. You can barely hear over the din.
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums.
This is a massive ship, by the way.
But there's more. Listen close.
Close your eyes and try to let the ambient sounds on the ship fade away.
There now, just like that.
Squeak!
What?
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
I have no idea what's happening. What?
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news.
What's it supposed to be?
It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east.
It's a location of Fort Joy. Fort Joy, is that what it was called? Not actually known? So you're actually excited. Oh, I see. The goals of... I get it. Okay, I wasn't looking at the map before. So he's pleased to know that we've been traveling east. Therefore, to get back to Rivellon, I don't know, you would have to go west, right?
Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for... Yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
I'm going to assume by the hat that he's a pirate, or at the very least a sailor of some kind, hence his precision of nautical miles. Tell him that he shouldn't talk about it. Wait, tell him he shouldn't talk like that about such a magnificent beard. What? Ask why he's so excited about reaching Fort Joy. You haven't heard anything good about the place. Note he must be a practiced sailor. Ask what the figure means to him.
Captain, actually. And that figure tells me we're getting close to the Joy. Close to what lies beyond it, too.
So we do know the location of Fort Joy?
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all.
Hush.
Thank you kindly, kiddo.
Okay, cock an eyebrow. If he's hatching an escape plan, you want in.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Oh, I like you. I like you a lot, Beast.
Never thought
Beast and
you'd get
Ifern.
prison guard.
Beast, Ifern, and Sibyl.
That right?
Yep,
I
yep.
always knew you'd
You one
Need
of
them.
A divine order loyal. They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
Okay, you're useless. Any loot in this corner before I disappear from here forever? Bedrolls. That appears to be kind of it. Alrighty.
Right over the side of this ship with
Anything up here? Alright. Jalen. No, Jalen.
Name?
Ask it. Just tell him your name. There's no point being difficult.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram,
Of course I'm not.
Trying to catch a killer here.
I'm innocent. The Red Prince.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
I mean, humour him. We'll see where it leads.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this.
He sounds like a Starian.
Now then, to business.
I know it's
You
not.
will answer me 3 questions.
Just sounds very similar.
The first one is this. Can you cook?
He sounds like, is it Darren DePaul? Is that his name? Darren DePaul? Darren something Paul? Him. That's what he sounds like. Who is your voice actor, by the way? No, tell him you're quite the wizard in the kitchen. A true chef. I mean, I don't know the answer. How is Zephyr good at cooking? Laugh and tell him you can hardly tell a turkey from a turnip. Sure, I'm amazing.
Music to my beleaguered stomach.
I knew you would like that.
On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
I bloody hope so, because I need to make clothes for myself. Most certainly. Tell him, given a sheet of satin, you can make a bum look like a baron. Stick a thumb through one of the holes in your garb and say, these provide cool in summer.
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed.
In case you're wondering, I'm just setting myself up so if he's breaking free, he's taking me with him.
On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
On myself, barely. On someone else, not really. Say you most certainly have personal pride. You're no stranger to combs, powders, and perfumes. Hang your chin. Tell me you're trying to recall the last time you bathed. What month is this?
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start.
You can always build it up once you have a foundation, sir.
So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we?
Is he going to say I lied all 3 times?
As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. Well, that just about settles it. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
You're over the moon. Tell him you accept. Stare at him blankly. He thinks you're his what now? Tell him you've half a mind to punch him in the face.
My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I
he's a
suppose
prince,
it
I
must
suppose.
take some time for the full extent of this honor to sink in.
Is prince an actual given title, or was it a self-imposed title?
Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now, shoo!
He's adorable. I hate him, but he's adorable. Namia. Namia?
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper.
She's so pretty.
Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
I like the horror. The indignity. Oh, wait, that's it? Yoink. Oh, shit. I'll have to get rid of that. See, I love how it looks like an actual inventory thing. Water barrel. Oh, God. Nope. Bottle of beer. Effects unknown. I'm going to have to
thought you'd end up a prison guard.
try these things at some point.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mest. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
Jesus. Fane.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
Would you like to lick it or bite it while you're at it, sir? Does one of my numpad work? It does.
Fascinating.
Wait, you got green hair? You got green hair? Honey, that ain't green hair.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Stare at him in shock and ask what the hell he thinks he's doing. Ask whether the book he's reading is any good. He seems engrossed in it.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle.
That's really depressing, actually, because the middle's the good chunk.
Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Not a damn thing, I can tell you right now. I have no idea. I've heard of 2 places, Rivellon and Fort Joy, so I do not know. Tell him about the war between the Divine Order and the Black Ring. It dwarfed everything that went before. Human. The history of Rivellon is the history of the Divine Order. Talk about Lucian the Divine. Probably Lucian the Divine and his son Alexander. Oh, the bishop is the son of the Divine. Okay. Explain that. Wait, maybe Alexander is named after a deity. Explain that Rivellon's history is the battle between Source and the Void, good and evil, light and darkness.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already.
Perhaps you ought to have been more specific.
No. I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods.
So do I.
This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before.
Well, I was hardly alive, so I can't exactly tell you.
Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Admit that some things just aren't known. Look at him incredulously. The gods are forces of nature. They don't have a history. Ask why you're so curious about the gods. You've often pondered the nature of the gods, but you don't have any sure answers.
Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else?
Am I going to have these people on as my party members? Because that's how it worked in Baldur's Gate. You could play through their origin stories. Or you can create your own character and have them on your party. So I'm thinking these guys are my party members. Thane, you're out.
Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Oh, does that mean that Losa is a bard? Wait, there was no bard as a class. Insist. Why was he so curious?
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Yeah. You're not very interesting. Hello, Paid.
Here's the register, ma'am.
Yes.
Good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger.
Wonderful.
You faring okay so far?
I mean, collar, not ideal. Tell him you're fine, say you've been through worse, ask if he actually cares, ask if he'd be fine, collared like a dog and stuck in a ship's hold with a corpse and a murder on the loose. I've been through worse.
Trust me, with Bishop Alexander in charge, things will get a lot better from here on out. He's God-walking, you know.
If you could explain that term, I would be tremendously in your debt. But interesting that he's thinking that once the bishop gets here, things are going to look up. There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Ooh, who's talking to the Red Prince?
You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Clearly don't know the first
Oh,
thing
they're talking to each
about
other.
swords.
Oh god, the lizards are at each other's throats.